Sir, may I start?
Yes, Avni.
Good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of BRIMS, IIC Committee and ECEL, I, Avni Kurup, welcome you all for this session of IPR Day. World Intellectual Property Day is observed annually on 26 April every year. This event was established by the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, in 2000 to raise awareness on how patents, copyrights, trademarks, and designs impact on our daily life and to celebrate creativity and contribution made by creators and innovators to the development of societies across the globe. All over the world, young people are stepping up to innovation challenges using their energy, their curiosity, creativity, and to steer a course towards a better future. This year's theme for the World Intellectual Property Day focuses on IP and youth, innovating for a better future, exploring how these young minds are driving a positive change. For today's session, we have with us a very wonderful person, Ms. Ujjwal Jaipal Singh, who would enlighten us more on the importance of IPR awareness and IP management. Before calling her upon, I would like to give a brief introduction about her. She completed her graduation in BSc Chemistry from St. Stephen's, Delhi University in 2015 and her post-graduation in MSc Chemistry from IIT Delhi 2017. She has successfully qualified in CSIR NEET JRF in Chemical Science for lectureship in July 2017 and Jan 2018. She cleared the GATE 2017 with an All India rank 97. She has worked on the projects of hydrogen production, photoelectrochemical water splitting at IIT Delhi in 2017 and 18. She has also worked as a scientist C in Quality Evolution Laboratory, Sector E7, Delhi in 2018 and 19. Currently, she is working as an examiner of patents and design at Mumbai Patent Office, Department of Industry and Internal Trade, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. She was recently invited to throw some light on IPR awareness through various webinars conducted at Amrutvayini College of Engineering, Ex Academy of Technology, etc. So, without any further ado, I would request Ms. Ujjwal Singh to further enlighten us on this topic.
Good morning, everyone. I hope I am audible. I am audible, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
ma'am, you are
Okay.
audible.
So, thanks all for having me today. As we all know, that today is World Intellectual Property Day, and the theme of today's program is intellectual property and youth innovation for better future. So, across the globe, young people are stepping up to innovation and challenges, using their energy and ingenuity. Their curiosity can be creative to steer a course of better future. So, this is the theme of today's World Intellectual Property Day. I welcome respected principal sir, faculty members, and all my fellow friends. Pardon me, sir, there is some announcement. कर्मचारियों को निवेदन है कि सम्मेलन कक्ष में 11:35 को आइए to celebrate the International IP Day. All the officers and staff of trademark registry and patent office are requested to assemble in the conference room at 11:35 to celebrate the International IP Day. Uh, Sorry for the interruption. There was an announcement regarding the intellectual property. So, once again, I welcome respected principal sir, faculty members, and all my fellow friends on the intellectual property awareness program organized by CGPDTM. So, aim of today's program is to enlighten the student regarding the need and importance of intellectual property. I hope, sir, my voice is completely clear. There is no interruption.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sure. So I feel blessed that I got this opportunity to speak on this platform regarding the basics of intellectual property and its rights. So I am sharing my screen. Just let me know if it is visible to you or not. Is it visible, sir? The PPT? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Okay. So what you can do, sir, if there is any interruption in between the session, you can write in the chat box because there is some technical glitches over here. So let's
Yes,
begin
ma'am.
with the PPT. Now, what is intellectual property? I think this is not the right presentation. Let me check some other presentation. This is uh, give me some time, sir. Uh, Sorry for the interruption, sir. So basically, today's presentation will cover majorly five intellectual property, which are patents, designs, trademarks, geographical indications, and copyrights. So we will be discussing about the domains or subject matter of these five intellectual properties, and then I will let you know how you should go and protect your intellectual property via registering your work under specific domain. So now the PPT is visible now, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first comes the definition of intellectual property. What is intellectual property? So as we all know that property is something that have some value. So some person can take ownership of that thing. So whenever you have something which you can sell or bought, it can be treated as a property. So basically, intellectual property consists of two words. First is intellectual and second is property. So whenever your brain or your mind creates something which can be converted into a property or which can be treated property, it is called as intellectual property. In Hindi, it means बौद्धिक संपदा, यानी बुद्धि से उत्पन्न sampada. So whenever you are creating a property which are result of your creativity or ideas, it is called as intellectual property. Now, like any other form of property, intellectual property is an asset which can be bought, sold, licensed, exchanged, like any other form of property. One more thing, sir. In the end of this presentation, I have a small quiz for you. So please be attentive. And it is very common. It covers basic ideas of intellectual property. So there is not difficult words in this presentation. So when you listen to it carefully, you will be able to answer the questions from the quiz very easily. So I think what intellectual property means is clear to you. So now a very good example is we all uses mobile phones and we do video conferencing. We post our pictures on social media. We uses Instagrams, then we use Facebook. Everybody uses that. But how these things work, how we can share our knowledge or our pictures on Instagrams or Facebooks, and how we are doing video conferencing. There is a concept or there is an idea that is hidden behind these communication or social media platforms. So that idea is coming from human mind. It is a result of human intervention. So when that idea is there embedded into a device, when that idea is installed in a device, then as a whole that idea is a property, and as a whole the device that you are using today, it is considered as intellectual property. So basically जो आप आज आप कल आजकल जो आप सब लोग मोबाइल फोन्स या वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग करते हैं, उसमें किसी मनुष्य के बुद्धि का उपयोग किया गया है, उसके बुद्धि के नए नए आइडियाज जो उसकी बुद्धि में, उसको जब किसी डिवाइस में लेके जाया गया, जिसकी वजह से वो फंक्शनिंग स्टार्ट फंक्शनिंग, उसका व्यापार किया जा सके, उसको वस्तु का रूप दिया जा सके और उसका व्यापार किया जा सके, ऐसी डिवाइसेस हम इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी के अंडर प्रोटेक्ट करा सकते हैं. नाउ बेसिकली इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी इज डिवाइडेड इनटू टू कैटेगरीज. बौद्धिक संपदा को दो कैटेगरीज में विभाजित किया गया है. फर्स्ट इज इंडस्ट्रियल प्रॉपर्टी and second is copyright. So in industrial property we have patents for invention, then trademarks, then industrial designs, and then geographical indications. And then in copyrights it covers the literary work such as poems, novels, films, musical and artistic work. So basically in बौद्धिक संपदा दो कैटेगरीज में विभाजित है. पहली होती है इंडस्ट्रियल प्रॉपर्टी, then second one is copyright. इंडस्ट्रियल प्रॉपर्टी में हम उन बौद्धिक संपदा को रखते हैं जो किसी इंडस्ट्री में हजारों करोड़ों की संख्या में बनाई जा सके. जैसे कि डिवाइसेस हम हजारों करोड़ों की संख्या में बना सकते हैं. उसके बाद आपके ट्रेडमार्क्स हो गए, ज्योग्राफिकल इंडिकेशंस हो गई और इंडस्ट्रियल डिजाइन्स हो गए. कॉपीराइट्स में हम लिटरेरी वर्क को, आर्टिस्टिक वर्क और आर्किटेक्चरल डिजाइन्स को इंक्लूड करते हैं. नाउ वी विल look at the aims and objectives of intellectual property rights. So why do we need these rights? So we all know कि जब भी कोई invention होती है, whenever you are working, maybe whenever you are writing a novel or a story, then you know that how much time you have invested while creating that story and how much thought process is utilized for making a unique storyline. So in order to get benefit of your work you need protection. अगर आपको उससे फायदा लेना है, जो आपने नई कहानी बनाई है या कोई भी आपने नया आविष्कार किया है, अगर आपको उसका फायदा लेना है पूर्ण रूप से, इकोनॉमिक और फाइनेंशियल गेन आपको लेना है उस इन्वेंशन से, then you have to protect your ideas. तो आपको उसको प्रोटेक्ट करने की जरूरत पड़ती है. How do you protect that? You will protect them by registering your work under the respective intellectual property rights. So basically we have rights. The creator or owner of the property can have right that allows the creator or owner to get benefit from their own work. Either it can be in field of industry or literary or scientific or artistic. So these rights ensures that if you are the creator or owner of the property, then you must be the person who should get benefit of these property. Now the main aim and objective of intellectual property rights. So we all know how innovative and creative are the developed countries. They have unique technologies, advanced technologies. So they know the need and importance of intellectual property. That's why they are at the top level of the global index. So since they know how can innovations and ideas can change the world, they know the power and importance of innovations and creativity. That's why they are at the top level. So they are aware of the protection rights, they are aware of the intellectual property protection rights, and they know that whenever a country is more focused on innovations and technologies, then it will be creating job opportunities, and as a result of which it will be boosting the economy of the country. Apart from it, you can promote the cultural aspects of a country. So these are all the important points that intellectual property results for the growth of the country. So basically, intellectual property rights encourage fair trading for the social and economic development of the country. So whenever suppose consider a case, suppose आपने एक ऐसा मास्क बनाया जो कि बायो फ्रेंडली भी है, इको फ्रेंडली भी है, एंड इट इज वेरी मच प्रोटेक्टिव अगेंस्ट द ब्लॉकेज ऑफ वायरस. सो ऐसा कोई मास्क लेके आप आए एंड इट गॉट पेटेंट, और उस मास्क को पेटेंट मिल गया. नाउ यू विल स्टार्ट क्रिएटिंग दैट मास्क. आप उस मास्क को हजारों करोड़ों की संख्या में इंडस्ट्री में बनाना शुरू करोगे. तो जब भी आप इस तरीके को कोई नई इन्वेंशन या नए आइडियाज लेके आते हैं, देन यू आर क्रिएटिंग जॉब. हाउ? आप ये मास्क का ही केस ले लीजिए. सो यू विल एम्प्लॉय 1000 और hundreds of employees for the manufacturing, machine operation, security and management. So as a result, एक आइडिया ने आप देखिए आप कितने तरीके से जॉब्स क्रिएट की. And once a country become the exporter of that product, तो जैसे ही आप उसको एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं फॉरेन कंट्रीज में, then it will add to the GDP of the country. So in this way, innovations and ideas helps in the growth and development of a country. So basically, the main aim of the intellectual property rights is to protect, or it avoids duplications. As we all know that a lot of brain, labor and resources have been utilized while working on a concept or on an idea. So in order to get full returns of it, scientists, novelists, they need full benefit of it by protection of their right. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now these are some important points that highlight the significance of intellectual properties. They avoid duplication. How? If you are protecting your ideas or innovation, suppose आपने कोई novel लिखा है, आपने कोई poem की एक book लिखी है, तो अगर आपने उसको protect कराया होगा, तो you can avoid the duplication. How? Sue the person who is copying your work in the court. अगर कोई आपको आपका वर्क कॉपी करते हुए दिखाई दे इन फ्यूचर, तो आप उसके अगेंस्ट केस फाइल कर सकते हैं. Then it serves as an indicator of achievement in research and development institutions. Basically, those who are researchers, if they got patents on their research articles or research products, then that is the matter of achievement for them. So in this way, they are encouraged to do more and more research so that they can do better improvement in the technology. Then they keep you updated with the latest technology. A very good case is Now, a very much trending industry is the industry of smartphones. Suppose we all know that there are n number of companies which are manufacturing the smartphones. Now, if a company is coming up with advanced version, advanced feature in the device, then those other company which belongs to the same field, they start copying their ideas. अगर किसी एक कंपनी ने कोई नया फीचर अपने डिवाइस में लॉन्च किया है अपने स्मार्टफोन में, तो हजारों कंपनीज हैं जो कि सेम फील्ड से बिलोंग करते हैं, जो कि मोबाइल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फील्ड्स हैं, वो भी दे स्टार्ट कॉपिंग दैट फीचर and then they start marketing about that device. So in order to prevent that, intellectual property rights are there. uh, these property rights let you gain the profit and royalty through putting the inventions into practice. So when you start commercializing your work, then these rights ensure that you can get full financial benefit of your innovations and ideas. Then they increase the valuation of the company and market value of the company. If your intellectual property is protected, then the valuation of the company is increased along with its market value. And the most important thing of getting intellectual property rights is preventing the competitors from the copying or imitation of your work. तो जब आप कोई भी प्रॉपर्टी को प्रोटेक्ट कराते हो, तो आप अपने कंपिटिटर्स को प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हो कि वो आपका वर्क कहीं और यूज ना करे. Without your permission, he cannot copy your work or he cannot use your work in the market. Then comes the first intellectual property, which is copyrights. So you must know about some copyright cases that are there. It is very much trending on the social media. There are some copyright cases against the films or the particular songs. So this is very common case. So copyrights, basically these are the legal rights that are given to the creator for their literary, artistic, musical and dramatics, cinematographic works and sound recordings. So you must have seen this C type of symbol on third or fourth page of your book. So it means that that work is registered under copyright. So it is protected under copyright. Now once you get the copyright, अगर आपको copyrights मिल जाते हैं अपने work पे, तो आपको benefits क्या होंगे उसके? First thing is you are the only person who is without whose permission nobody can sell or manufacture that work, कि आपकी permission के बिना ना तो वो story या वो कहानी publish होगी. Second thing is in future if you want to modify your story or your poem, then you are the only person who can do it. Or if someone else wants to modify, then he has to take permission from you. तो अगर फ्यूचर में आपके स्टोरी में कोई मॉडिफिकेशंस करना चाहे, तो एज द क्रिएटर or the owner of that property, only you will be the person who can do that. Or if somebody else wants to modify your work, then he has to seek your permission. Now जब भी किसी को कॉपीराइट्स मिलते हैं, तो उसको what type of rights do he have? The thing is, the owner of the copyrights has right not only in the original work but also in the creative work that is derived from the original work. So we have seen that there are 3-4 parts of the same book or same novel. So it means that only the first person, only the author of the first part, he is capable of modifying that novel or creating second, third or fourth part of that novel. Now, what things can be protected by copyrights? What intellectual properties or what intellectual ideas can be protected under copyright? These are the literary, films, dramatics, musical, artistic and sound recording. So these, if you are excelled in these 6 domains, and you are creating something new and original in these 6 domains, then you can go and file for the protection under copyright. So basically literary work में आप books को, newspapers को, question papers, catalogs को, dictionaries को, lectures को, computer programs को, computer softwares को and lyrics, इन सब को आप literary work के under protect copyrights में protect करा सकते हैं. So we all update our apps after certain time whenever the new version of that app arrives. So do you know how that apps operate? As such, apps cannot get protection, but that apps operate on certain programs or languages. So that languages is a literary work, and literary work is protected under copyright. So one who is updating the app via his language, he can protect that language under copyright. क्योंकि वो अपडेट्स, वो लैंग्वेज बिल्कुल यूनिक होती है जिसकी वजह से कोई भी ऐप starts working. Now another thing is artistic work. So artistic work may exist in the form of drawing, in the form of painting, advertisement, sculptures, engravings और photographs. So अगर आप कोई इस तरीके की डिजाइन या पेंटिंग बनाते हैं, कोई चार्ट्स बनाते हैं which is unique, which is original, then you can again under the domain of copyright you can protect your work. And a very good example of this is the painting of Mona Lisa. So since the painting is unique, its price was really higher. It is very much expensive because of the human ideas and creativity, and again the protection makes that painting unique and original. Now the musical work and dramatic work are also protected by copyrights. In musical work we have songs. Now let's take the example of song. It consists of two parts basically. One is the musical part and second is the lyrics part. So musical parts comprises of the graphical notation, the musical composition. So that musical composition again, since it can be expressed or it can be written on a paper, so that can be protected under copyright. And the lyrics, again it is a literary work. Lyrics is a literary work. So literary work again, it can be protected under copyright. Now question comes is, can the singer, can he got the copyright? The answer is no. Singer as such, he is not capable of getting copyright. But there is one more right that can protect the work of a singer, which is called as performance right. So under performance right, the singer can protect his song. Now there is another right which is broadcaster's right. So we all know there is a very famous show, Kapil Sharma show. You all must be watching that show. So basically it is there on the Sony TV. And what Sony TV is, it is a broadcasting organization. So only that channel or only that Sony TV is can air that show. Why? Because it has gained broadcasters right over that show. So there are many channels, TV channels, which can protect their work by registering under broadcasters right. So I have already discussed the performance right. So a singer, a musician, dancers, they can protect their work under performance right. So in short, if you have an idea or you are expressing your idea on a piece of paper, then that idea can be protected under copyright. So ideas plus expressions are the subject matter of copyright. It can be literary, it can be artistic, it can be musical, it can be related to films, or it can be sound recordings. So all these things are protected under copyrights. Now comes another intellectual property, which is industrial designs. So as the name suggests, from now we will start those intellectual properties which are industrial property. It means you can produce these properties in n number of times. क्या आप इन सभी को हजारों करोड़ों की संख्या में मैन्युफैक्चर कर सकते हैं. Now the first one is industrial design. So as the name suggests, industrial design covers the outermost aspects of the article. So whenever you have an article, it can be a glass, it can be a car, it can be a bike, it can be a jewelry. So you have the article, and if you want to change its outer appearance, how? Either you can modify its color or its pattern or its shape. So if you are coming up with these new aspects of that articles and you find that it's completely unique and new, then you can protect your work under industrial designs. So basically, industrial designs covers the ornamental and aesthetic aspects of the article. It may consist of 3D features such as shapes or surfaces, or 2D features such as patterns. Now, the basic thing is they should attract more and more customers, and the new design or new look of the article, it should have enhanced visual appeal. Now if I will give you a chance to select two bike, everything is same, but the model of one bike is new and it's good looking bike. Of course you will prefer the bike which has good looks or which has good color. So whenever a certain visual appeal is there in the article, a good looking feature is there, then the price of that article increases, and again it becomes a kind of intellectual property which needs to be protected. You know how much the designers are earning today. Why? Because their ideas that is there in the mind, when they apply on the clothes, either by shaping shaping the patterns of the cloth or by applying stones or glittery works or handloom work on the cloth, they are adding some looks, visual appearance to the article, and that enhanced looks actually adds to the price of the article, and as a whole it can be protected under industrial designs. So some few points related to industrial designs are related to the features of shapes, configurations, patterns or ornamentations. Then they are applied to the article by industrial process. They should be new or original, and they should appeal to the eye and do not include the mod of the principle. So basically any intellectual property which you want the protection for, it should be new and unique. It must not be copied. Again, the design should be clearly new and original. And suppose you are in the market and you find some article and you start thinking about it कि अगर ये इस तरीके का होता, अगर इसका कलर इस तरीके का होता तो इसको ज्यादा कस्टमर्स खरीदने आते. So the price of which article would be more, which have more customers to buy. Of course उसके ज्यादा ग्राहक होंगे, as a result of which its price should be more. So whenever you have such kinds of idea in your mind, don't sit silently. Go and work hard on that idea and get it protected under industrial designs. So here we have 4 different examples of industrial designs. Basically, the first one is the bump chair. So earlier we have normal chair, but then somebody modified the shape of the chair. Now you can find these chairs on almost all the kids or primary schools. Why? Because kids attract these type of chairs more as compared to normal chair that we used earlier. Then these are some milk cans. Earlier we have normal plastic bag cans, plastic bag for milk storage, but then somebody comes up with this type of design, and now even though its price is more, it it's sold in larger capacity. Then third one is the example of cycle. So earlier we have normal cycle, but then this cycle, and then fourth one is the shape of the Coca-Cola bottle as well as the glass. So whenever it comes up the question of looks, then go and protect that look under industrial. I hope that concept of industrial design it should be clear. Now we will move on another intellectual property, which is trademarks. So trademarks, basically, I have a question. If you want to buy a branded shoes, so which brand would you prefer to choose? Can anybody answer? If you want to buy a branded shoes, which brand would you prefer to choose? Of course, there are very large number of brands, shoes brands. It can be Adidas, it can be Nike, it can be Reebok. So you can choose either of them. Now the question is, how do you detect that this is the brand of that company? So how do you detect the brand? Now another question is, how do you detect the brand? If you don't know, if a shoes is given to you and you have to answer the question that detect the shoes brand in the shoes, how will you go for it? And there is no name written on it. You will judge the brand by its logo or symbols, right? So there are some kind of symbols or logos that are there that shows that shoes belongs to this brand or that brand. So logos or symbols are protected under trademarks. So basically, trademarks and service marks are distinctive symbols that help the consumer to distinguish between competing goods or services, and are major part of goodwill a company will enjoy in the trade. So whenever you want to start your new company, it can be a shoe manufacturing company, it can be a pencil manufacturing company, it can be a cloth manufacturing company, and you want to market your products. How will you do that? You have to give some name or logo to the products of your company. So that names and those logos, those are protected under trademarks. And once your products get popular, then your trademark or your logo will serve as a indicator of your company. Because of that, the quality, it why your product will get popular? Because of your quality product. So these logos or these symbols that will help you to market your product in the business. So in short, a sign that is capable of distinguish one good or service of one enterprises from those of the other are registered under trademarks. So these are some examples of trademarks that is there. So you must be aware of all these. The first one is of Nike, it is a shoe company. Then Adidas, then the MACD symbol is there, then Domino symbol is there. So these all are the subject matter of trademarks. Now I have a question. You can write in the chat box. you have, are you able to detect the cursor, the third figure in the first row? It is the artistic work. ठीक है, ये एक artistic work है. It is a painting. And I have explained in the topic of copyrights that paintings or artistic works are protected under copyrights. So where do we protect this painting? Is it the subject matter of copyrights or trademarks or both? You can write in the chat box. So this symbol, the third painting, is it clear? The jaguar that is there, it is an artistic work. ठीक है, ये एक artistic work है. It is a painting. तो paintings को तो हमने अभी अभी समझा है कि हम कॉपीराइट्स में प्रोटेक्ट कराते हैं, लेकिन फिर ये ट्रेडमार्क्स की स्लाइड्स में क्यों है? तो क्या हम एक ही इसको दोनों जगह प्रोटेक्ट करा सकते हैं, या फिर ये केवल कॉपीराइट्स में ही प्रोटेक्ट होगा, या फिर केवल डिजाइन ट्रेडमार्क्स में ही प्रोटेक्ट होगा? Can anybody answer this question? Anybody answer this question apart from Shraddha ji? Any other answer? Now it is a very clear-cut answer that you can have multiple intellectual property on a single idea. ठीक है, आप उसको multiple intellectual properties के अंडर रजिस्टर करा सकते हैं. So it can be protected under copyright as well as trademarks. So now the thing is, the person who has created that painting. So painting is a kind of artistic work, and that painting is protected under copyright. But if some companies find it attractive for their promotion or for their marketing, then they, by the permission of the creator or the painter, they can use that symbol and protect them under trademark. So what are covered under what trademarks? There are some brand names or taglines, then certification marks, then sound marks, then logos, then scents, and then moving marks. All these can be protected under trademarks. So आपको बेसिकली ये देखना है कि कंपनी अपने प्रोडक्ट की जिस भी तरीके से मार्केटिंग करती हैं, वो सभी मेथड्स को हम ट्रेडमार्क्स के अंदर प्रोटेक्ट कराते हैं. Now sound marks भी आपने सुना होगा. There is a very good company which uses ting 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 sound. So it means that it is from Britannia. The product is from Britannia company. So sound marks also can be protected under trade. Its name only that it covers those aspects of product which are related to its geographical locations. So we all know that soil, air, temperature, weather, these all influence the taste of a product. Fruits, vegetables, so crops. So if their taste is unique because of the location or climatic condition of a particular location, if you find that something is unique in its taste or texture, then you can go and protect that product under geographical indications. Now we have multiple famous geographical indications in India which are basmati rice. So whenever a product gets GI tag, then its price will automatically gets higher, and it is you can correlate it with your day-to-day life. You found that most of the basmati rice, their price is almost 1.5 to 2 times higher than normal common rice. So again, it is boosting the economy. When India becomes the exports this rice, then it will again add to our GDP, right? So this is how innovations and ideas are helpful for the growth of the country. Now another thing is Darjeeling tea. Then this Darjeeling tea, it is the first product which has got GI tag. In 2004, it got GI tag, and its taste is completely new and unique. Now, how it is helping our society? Now the question comes, how it is helping our society. So you will find that most of the GI products comes from the rural areas first thing, either rural areas or from the tribal society. So when the product got GI tag, then those cultivators or farmers, they will cultivate that thing more. As a result, they can uh, get financial aids, or it will have. Am I clear? Is my voice clear, sir? I cannot hear your voice.
Yes, ma'am.
So today we are facing a lot of technical glitches. Pardon me for that, because of some electricity disconnection. Now another example is oranges from Nagpur, then Kolhapuri chappal and Agra pit. So whenever a product gets famous because of its location, then it can be protected under GI. So these are some other examples for like Kurg oranges, Kashmiri saffron. Another thing is the special type of art like Wali paintings. These also get protected under geographical indications. Then Kathputli is from Rajasthan. So artistic work. So in one way, we are preserving our cultural aspects by getting these tags on them. So whenever some tourists come, they will look on the famous products of that place. So if that product has got GI tag, then it will be enhancing the tourism industry of that place. Now the last and the most famous intellectual property is patents, and we all know that patents are given for to the invention. Another thing is patent is the oldest form of intellectual property, and the system started in 1700. Now what is the aim of patents? So the patent system encourages the economic and technical development by rewarding the intellectual creativity. Now what patent is? In Hindi, patent means ekasva. So patent is the intellectual property right that is given to the invention. So patents जो है वो inventions यानी आविष्कारों को दिए जाते हैं. It is an exclusive and monopoly right granted to the inventor by the government. ये exclusive और monopoly rights होते हैं जो कि inventor को दिए जाते हैं government के द्वारा for the limited period of 20 years. 20 साल के लिए ही ये rights provide किए जाते हैं. In return, the creator should have to disclose his invention clearly. Now he has to fulfill some basic requirements, which is the novelty, inventive strength, and industrial applicability. So you cannot just come up with the same thing that is in use in the public and you can ask for the patent. Your product should be or your invention should be novel, either novel or inventive. Only then you can get patent on your invention. Another thing is patents cannot be given to the discovery. So we have one request where a farmer, while cultivating his land, he got some kind of diamond. So diamond is a kind of discovery because that is already present in the nature. No human brain has been manifested while he got the diamond, so it cannot be given patent. So that is considered as a discovery, and we cannot give patents to the discoveries. Patents can be given only to the inventions, and your invention should be inventive or novel. Now how do you come to know कि आपकी invention inventive है कि नहीं है? There can be two possibilities which can consider, which will let you know whether your invention is inventive or not. The first thing is the technical advancement, and the second thing is economic significance. So if you think that your invention involves technical advancement, then it can be considered as inventive. How? So earlier we have normal brakes, but then we are coming up with the cycles with disc brake. So there is advancement in technology while shifting from normal brakes to disc brakes. So it is a kind of technical advancement, and the person who is coming up with disc brake, he can get the patent site on the disc brake. Now another thing is economic significance. Economic significance means if a machine is capable of producing 20 items in 1 minute, but then he is modifying that machine such that now it will produce 20,000 products in 1 minute, then it is considered as economic significance. It means it is both economical in use. So if you are inventing something which will involve both technical advancement or economic significance, then that kind of inventions can be protected under inventive step. Recently in news, while I was reading a newspaper, I got this article that Apple has recently filed for the patents on its security privacy feature. So basically what it has done is uh, Apple has one update in which in its smartphones, in which there is privacy features that the person cannot peep into uh, your mobile phones, and he cannot have access on the text that you are writing. So what happens is, in generally, whenever we text somebody, then the person just sitting beside us, he can see what we are writing. So Apple has come up with new feature that will prevent that person from reading the text that you are typing. So earlier there is no device which is using such kind of features. Is there any smartphone, any company which uses this feature? No, there is no company. So it is considered as inventive step, and now that's why that company might got patent on it. Now another a very uh, new type of I mean invention that I found is, there is one uh, eyeglasses invention where the person has invented the glasses such that whenever the person having weak eyesight, whenever he uses those glasses, then it will improve his eyesight. So it is a kind of medicine for the eyesight improvement, along with the spectacles. So again, this is a kind of technical advancement. So whenever there is some technical advancement or technological improvements in, then those kind of works can be protected under patents. Now on the screen we have the first Indian patent for the efficient Pankha pulling machine, which is granted to George Alfred Deepening for his efficient Pankha pulling machine. Another is Michael Jackson. He got patent for his shoes. We all know that he was a very famous dancer, but still the magic was there in his shoes. So he designed a shoes which have some specific hook arrangement which will prevent him from falling to the ground, and as a result of which he was successful creating anti-gravity illusions. So we can detect over here that uh, the people from developed country, even the celebrities, they are very much aware of the importance and significance of intellectual property rights. So whenever he got his shoes patented, then only he can be the person who can uh, manufacture these shoes. So as a result of which he becomes the owner of that shoes company. Now in short, if we have the idea and we are expressing that idea, then we go and protect that idea under copyright. If the idea is related to the innovations and inventions, that idea is protected under patents. If the idea is related to the quality and identity, then it should be protected under trademarks. And if the idea is related to the appearance of the product, then it is protected under designs. So we have multiple career opportunities in this sector, in the sector of intellectual properties. Right now I am the examiner of patents and design. So in government sector you can work as the examiner of patents, designs, copyrights, trademarks and GI. And in private sector you can work as a patent agent. There are many patent firms where you can go and join, or you can be so for further training you can reach to RGNI IPM. It provides exclusive training to the importance and significance of intellectual property rights. If you want to do weekly or monthly or yearly courses, then you can register yourself on the programs or on the course that is provided by RGI and IPM. Now we have one quiz session. I want the participants to answer your question either in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself. Find the intellectual property in figure 1. Which intellectual property is there in figure 1? Can anybody write in the chat box? In figure 1, which intellectual property is there? It is a painting, Mona Lisa painting. Now is my screen visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
So please answer the questions. Which intellectual property is there in figure 1? फिगर 1 में कौन सी इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी है? इट इज अ मोनालिसा पेंटिंग. Any other answer? I got one answer, which is copyright from Pronal. Any other answer? Yes. So it's artistic work. It is a painting. Paintings are protected under copyright. Now in second figure, it is a sculptures. So sculpture are what? Which intellectual property is there in figure 2? Please answer quickly. In figure 2, which intellectual property is there? Figure 2 में कौन सी intellectual property है? ये एक sculpture है. Figure 2 में which intellectual property is there? Sculptures. How do you protect a sculpture? Where do you go and register for the sculpture? One answer is under copyrights. Then any other answer? Please write quickly. We have to wind up within 15 minutes. Designs. Another answer? Here I have to clarify one thing to you. देखो basically कहीं कहीं पे डिजाइन्स और कॉपीराइट्स के डोमेन्स क्लैश कर जाती हैं. So if that artistic work, अगर कोई आप आर्टिकल कोई वर्क, if you are capable of producing more than 50 copy of that work, ठीक है, अगर आप उसकी more than 50 copies produce कर पा रहे हैं तो वो डिजाइन्स में चला जाएगा क्योंकि डिजाइन्स इज इंडस्ट्रियल प्रॉपर्टी. लेकिन अगर आप उस वर्क की लेस देन 50 कॉपीज प्रोड्यूस कर पा रहे हैं तो वो कॉपीराइट्स में जाएगा. सो whenever we ask a question regarding the sculpture, so we consider, you have to consider this in mind, that is a creation some by some artist. It is an artistic creation, and artistic creation are sub matter of copyrights. किसी ने अपने by their hands they are expressing their ideas, and expression of ideas are protected under copyrights. So I think you are aware of the clarity between copyright and designs now. कि जब भी आप कोई प्रोडक्ट है वो मोर देन 50 की क्वांटिटी में प्रोड्यूस कर सकते हो तो वो डिजाइन्स में चला जाएगा, अदरवाइज वो कॉपीराइट्स में. एंड नाउ आर्टिस्टिक वर्क है ये स्कल्पचर, तो it is the subject matter of copyrights. But again your answer of designs is not wrong. Designs is not incorrect answer also. Now in third figure, now moving on the third figure, which intellectual property is it? Now you have, I already told you that there can be multiple intellectual properties on the single device. एक ही डिवाइस पे multiple intellectual properties हो सकती हैं. So now can anybody tell me how many intellectual properties and which intellectual properties are there in figure 3? Please answer quickly. In figure 3 we have designs for different color and shape of the smartphones and laptop, क्योंकि इन सबकी length, breadth, height and shape different है. Yes, so they can be protected under designs. Then we have trademarks. Trademarks किसके लिए? For the logo and brand names. The Apple वाला logo. Any other thing? Any other intellectual property apart from trademark and design? इनके अलावा कोई intellectual property है? There is one more. No, copyright is not there. What do these devices have? Apple की कंपनी में क्या खास है? Their technical aspects. So technical aspects, how do you protect those features? Under patents. Yes. In figure 4, now moving on to next figure, which intellectual property is there? Yes, patents. Now moving on to next question. Which type of IP protects the painting painted by artist? IP painting painted by the artist. आर्टिस्ट जो बनाता है पेंटिंग्स उनको हम कहाँ प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं? इज इट प्रोटेक्टेड अंडर कॉपीराइट्स और जीआई और पेटेंट्स और रजिस्टर्ड डिजाइन्स और ट्रेडमार्क्स? फटाफट आप आंसर कीजिए. पेंटिंग्स. Yes. Another question is, so the answer to that question was copyright. Now another question is, what protects the intellectual property created by fashion designers? फैशन डिजाइनर्स जो इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी बनाते हैं उनको आप कहाँ प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं? Where do you protect the paintings? Where do you protect the property created by fashion designers? Copyrights, GI, patents, registered designs or trademarks? So the answer is registered designs. Now another question is, what protect the advanced disc brake for bikes developed by the inventor? जो डिस्क एडवांस ब्रेक बनाए गए हैं, एडवांस डिस्क ब्रेक, वो कहाँ प्रोटेक्ट होंगे? कॉपीराइट्स में, पेटेंट्स, जीआई, रजिस्टर्ड डिजाइन्स और ट्रेडमार्क? The correct answer is patents. So technological advancements are protected under patents. Another question is, which of these is geographical indication? BMW, Patni sari, ironing machine with stamp, PlayStation और World Wide Web? इनमें से geographical indications कौन सा है? BMW, the correct answer is Patni sari. What does a trademark protect? Trademarks क्या protect करते हैं? An invention, a work of art, logos, names and brands, the look, shapes and feel of a product, a secret formula? Yes, the correct answer is logos, names and brands. Next question is, how long do patents usually last for? What is the term of patent? The answer is 20 years. Another question is, imagine a cricketer starts up his own company to sell the range of clothes. What type of intellectual property can he use to show that the clothes are made up of this company? अगर कोई क्रिकेटर अपनी कंपनी स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं क्लोथ्स की और उनको अपनी क्लोथ्स की मार्केटिंग करनी है, तो कौन सी इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी का यूज करके वो अपने प्रोडक्ट्स को फेमस कर सकते हैं? Is it copyright? Is it GI? Is it patents? Is it registered designs or trademarks? Please read the question carefully. कोई क्रिकेटर है, वो अपनी कंपनी स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, उनकी क्लोथ्स की कंपनी है और उनको उस क्लोथ को मार्केट करना है, उसको फेमस करना है. सो इनमें से वो कौन सी इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी का यूज करके क्लोथ्स की मार्केटिंग कर सकते हैं? I have all the correct answer is trademarks. By trademarks they can market their clothes. पहचान उनकी पहचान कपड़ों की उनकी कैसे बनेगी? वो से ब्रांड नेम से. So those are protected by trademark. Now last question is, if a company develops new technology that improve its main product, what type of IP can they use to stop other from copying their invention? Yes, the answer is patents. Now this is all from my side. If you have any question, you can write in the chat box. If you have any questions or doubts, you can ask me. This is all from my side. I request you to write in the chat box because I am not able to hear your voice clearly. If you have any question, you can drop it in the chat box. Okay, then this is all from my side. Thanks for having me today. I think that we can end the session now. Hello.
Okay, ma'am. This was a very insightful session for us today, and we have got a lot of valuable information and knowledge about the importance of IPR awareness and IP management, also about copyrights, patents, designs, etc. Our deepest thanks and gratitude to Ms. Ujjwal Jaipal Singh for sharing her wonderful insights. I would also like to thank BRIMS IIC committee and ECEL for conducting this session, faculty members and IT team who made it possible for this session to go smoothly, and last but not the least, I would like to thank all the students and participants for making this session fruitful. Thank you.
Thank you.